2017, the IEBC voter register had 51% of its numbers, the voters, were young people. In 2022, the number dropped by almost 10%, and we had only 39.8 of the registered voters being young people. That is our strength. Number two, in terms of the economic value, if you read the Aga Khan University report of 2016 on youth engagement on the electoral process, it says that 40% of young people wants to be given a bribe for them to participate in the election. And you understand that we are in a difficult situation economically. And this is not only about the Kenyan government or Kenya at large. We've seen so many African countries that the youth bulge, which come with an employment crisis, and whatever that we need to do is, number one, it is a responsibility of any republic to ensure that we address some of these challenges that young people undergo in their country, so that we have a better nation and youthful population which meaningfully engage in different spheres of life.
Now, from the argument of the same youth,
yes,
they say why they are not voting is because the politicians, they say what we call input fatigue, year in, year out with promises. So they have reached a level now where they're saying, we are no longer now, we don't want promises. That's why they're saying now we want these handouts to Malisane. So how would you, if you become an IEBC commissioner, how would you engage the stakeholders, particularly the elected leaders who have the resources, devolved unit resources, CDF, county governments? Is there a role, do you think, as an IEBC commissioner you can play, or who can be able to do that, so that there is that civic education,
yes,
so that this notion is
realized? Yes, Bwana Misati, that there are also several factors which I didn't even actually dive to, and which actually contribute to youth voter apathy. And one which actually really stuck my mind when I was in Kanga High School is there is a lot of historical injustices which have never been addressed to date. One of the key area, my classmate actually lost all the parents and the relatives. He was just alone, and sometimes he used even to cry in class because he went to the polling station, and that is the results as to why he is homeless. He doesn't have parents. This is a person that he associates voting with the losing of relatives and property that they had accumulated over years. So some of the issues that were even put in the Waki report really needs to be looked at as a government going forward, to see how are we going to address some of the historical injustices that people have actually reached. And you can see there are some people who were born in 2000 and now they have reached the age of voting, and the experience that they got in 2007 really makes them to completely stay away from this particular process. Another thing is about also the nullification of the results by our court of law. In 2017, the election results was nullified, and that one can even explain to you the drop of from 51 to 39 of young people. And even in 2022, whereby IEBC was having a target of 4.5 million, they could not even reach 2.6 million. So it is something that we actually need as young people to see, and also as a nation, on how we are going to work together. And this is a whole of nation approach. It cannot be left for one particular person. By the people of Kenya, we need to have a conversation as a nation on how we are going to sort out this particular problem.
Thanks so much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
But what will be the role of IEBC in helping resolve those dilemmas you have expressed?
Yes, Bwana Chair, in our constitution under Article 27(6), it gives even some powers to the Commission to even come up with administrative and policy measures to address previous injustices which have been meted for this particular population to come up and also register as voters. As if I'm given a chance to work as a commission in IEBC, I'll be able to ensure that it is a constant engagement with the people, especially the youth population who are actually the target group, in terms of enhancing the voter education, enhancing the collaboration, for example, for PPLC, which is a platform for dialogue for all the political parties, and ensure that in that particular dialogue platform, it is represented by a commissioner level person to ensure that the engagement there with the political party, because Bwana Chair, some of this particular problem also emanates from our political parties in how these political parties actually carry out themselves and how they engage young people, because also that is a basis. So ensuring that we strengthen even the engagement at the PPLC by ensuring that we have a proper convening power, the finances and the operation, so that we have an engagement which will endear this particular population to participate in this important role.
Fatuma Saman, please ask Joel some questions.
Thank you so much, Chairman. Mr. Mwita.
Yes, Madam Fatuma.
In your view, what is the role of the stakeholders in shaping the IEBC voter education strategy?
Yes.
That's one. Then how would you institutionalize this role? What is the role and how would you institutionalize this role?
Yes, Madam Fatuma, this is a very important aspect of our electoral cycle. And the voter education strategy, I want to start it from even the accreditation of different stakeholders to carry out this very big mandate of IEBC. You understand that it is not only IEBC that carries the voter education, but different stakeholders. One of the key things that I think we need also to make as a change, if I'm given a platform to be a member of IEBC Commission, is to ensure that, number one, we give accreditation much, much earlier. I have seen instances whereby organizations are given accreditation by IEBC 2 months, 3 months to elections, and these organizations which have been given the accreditation to carry out voter education, they have no idea on what voter education is. They think that there is some donor money they can go take and start voter education. So one of the key things that we'll also do is to ensure that we empower all the organizations, be it state, FBO, and youth serving organization, the capacity before we actually come up with an issue of accreditation of this particular organization. So that is one of the roles that are endure that it is done, the issue of a capacity building. Number two, the issue of the materials. You know, we have to segregate our country. This country is not homogeneous, neither are the youth homogeneous. So we need to ensure that the material provided, the people with disability can access, the young people can have it, and also the old and people in marginalized area, like where I come from. You know, be it even the platform that you are going to use to ensure that it reaches the information. You know, you can have an information, but if it is not tailor-made for specific people, you will find yourself talking to yourself. If you go to IEBC TikTok account, we have a population of 2.2 million voters, and majority of that particular people is young people. But if you go to the followers of the TikTok account, we have IEBC is being followed by 145 people. And even Kreskena has much more followers than the IEBC itself. So it means that we give content which is not targeted. We need to ensure that whatever we give is consumable by the target population. Thank you.
I want to thank you so much for your response. I've been looking for this response for a very long time. Thank you. I can't conceal that despite the fact that we're in an interview. Anyway, Mwita,
Yes.
how would you institutionalize this, those ideas that you've said?
Yeah. So for me, one of it is also to come up with a youth policy within IEBC, which will give a guidance and a framework on how our operation will be done. For me, that one is also very crucial. Number two, also we need also to have a small research so that we are guided by the numbers, we are guided by statistics. Number three, also we need to increase on our stakeholders' management and engagement.
Thank you very much, and I wish you well. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you.
You have referred to marginalization for a while now, and I'm wondering, how is Migori marginalized?
I come from Kuria, Mr. Chair, and Daktari, there we can't even produce a governor because we are only 2 constituencies within a county with 80 constituencies. So we usually struggle, and that is why some of our leaders say that we need to have our own county.
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
Thank you.
I want to invite Nicodemus to ask you some questions, please.
Yes, maybe Chair, I'll start from where you just left. Is it important to have your own governor?
It is not the governor of the community, but the governor of the area and the region. And what history has also taught us that sometimes people do not adhere with our constitution, and they actually have development based on where they want the development to go. So if you are not singing in the tune or you are not speaking the language of the governor, you might be left there wondering whether they will reach you in terms of development or not. This is an attribute as Kenyans we need to draw away ourselves from, but it is a reality that this is happening.
Okay. Now, I also want to join my colleagues in congratulating you for the many years you have lived, at the same time achieving a lot as compared to some of us who have been here for many more years. And on that, I would like to know what legal standards govern your behavior as a public officer, not only while discharging duties, but also in your private life. And why are these standards important for sustaining public confidence, especially in the body that you are looking to serve in IEBC?
Thank you so much, Bwana Bore. My number one guiding principle actually found under Chapter 6 of our Constitution, the chapter on integrity. There are very key principles there which really, if all Kenyans follow, I think we can be in a better country. Number two, in our Constitution, give us Article 73 of our Constitution. That tells us that we need to ensure that we put the public interest more than our own self-interest. We become selfless. We become accountable to the people that we are reading. So I think that is also very instrumental for me, 73 of our Constitution. Number 3 is the oath of office. I take the oath of office, which will be a guiding principle to me, a principle that will be there for me to uphold the Constitution and carry out myself in a manner that will be concurrent with the Constitution and relevant law that guides this Republic of Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you, Mwita, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Bwana Bore.
Thank you. I want to invite Professor to also ask you some questions. Prof, please.
Thank you, Thank you, Chair. Joel Muita Daniel.
Yes.
Let me first congratulate you for the milestones that you have so far achieved at 32 years, and you have literally crossed the paths not only nationally but internationally. So keep the good work, and I'm sure your generation is proud of you.
Thank you.
Let me take you back where both the chair and Bore on marginalization, and I think your statement was that you can't even produce a governor. Why can't you produce a governor?
I had stated here clearly, it is how the things are in terms of the numbers, you know, and when given an opportunity, and this is one of the reasons why I highly take it as an honor and thank this selection panel, even for nominating me. As a young person, as a person who comes from the interior part of this Republic of Kenya in that particular area. So the issue has been also been the number, Bwana Professor. Professor, as I had alluded earlier, that in a county of 80 constituencies, we are only 2 constituencies. And nowadays, and people actually, and I think it is also one of the principles when people are doing the boundary delimitation, that there is a community interest. People tend to actually fence their community and they produce their person. If you go to Northeastern, there is something we call negotiated democracy. It is actually not done outside the clan. It is done inside the clan, and they produce one of their own. So it is something that has been happening in Kenya, but I think kama profesa tukishikana mkono tunaweza tukachange nchi na watu wakuwe wangwana, so that nikisimama kama governor pale Migori nipewe hata na watu wengine ambao hawajatoka kwenye kabila langu.
Is it not true that for all those 3 elections, the deputy governor has always come from Korea?
That is an affirmative action seat which has been left. Why can't it now be the other way around?
I hear you very well. The same populace.
Yes.
The same populace in the county.
Yes.
That elects the governor.
Yes.
Also elects the senator.
Yes.
Has a courier.
Yes.
Been elected a senator.
Yes.
By the same populace.
Yes.
How many times?
In Korea, it is only one time that we produced a governor, a senator, and he was held an hand with the son of the soil. So if that hand could not have been lifted up, Dr. Machagi could not be the senator of Migori County.
So you are accepting that some negotiated democracy happened?
Yes, that is why we are saying, as a country, we don't need to go to negotiated democracy for someone to win an election.
Just along the same lines, women county rep
Yes.
is elected by the same populace that
Yes.
elects the governor.
Yes.
As a courier
Yes.
and a woman and
Yes.
a disabled person
Yes.
being a women county rep of Migori.
Yes.
Wasn't that negotiated democracy?
Actually, you see, all the things that, Professor, you are talking about was the negotiation democracy of 2013, which ended. And since then, no Korea has become a women rep, no Korea has become a senator.
But
no
they have become. My point is that they have become.
They have become out of the negotiated democracy, and they have been held in hand by a person we call the son of the soil. And I don't want to mention the son of the soil.
That person leads a party, so it's the party doing it.
For sure, Professor.
Thank you. Let me go back to the question. You are 32.
Yes, Professor.
And I believe you were told I don't know whether it was Caro or whether it was the vice chair, that you're going into a high voltage political arena at 32. So my question is, how would you respond if subjected to coordinated political pressure seeking to influence an election outcome? How would you respond if subjected to coordinated political pressure seeking to influence an election outcome?
Thank you so much. As you've stated very well, Professor, my age is 32 years old. And when you are at 32, you are very careful on what you do, because you are only not threatening your own life, but also the life of your family and the whole generation that I live to see. One of the things that I abide myself and have been abiding myself to is the rule of law. Election is guided by rules, is guided by the Constitution, is guided by regulations. I take the oath of office to ensure that I will do and perform all my duties in accordance with the law. We have regulations and acts which actually guide us in every operation, be it the Election Act, be it the IEBC Act, be it the Constitution of Kenya, be it the Political Parties Act, be it the Data Protection Act. All these things will be able to guide me in all my operations as a commission.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Prof, do you have the last two questions?
Yes, Joel, at this stage, through the chair, we ask the high school questions. And that, at 32, you haven't been out of high school for so long, unlike some of us.
Yes,
so
Prof.
you should be in very familiar territory. And I start with something, we usually start with something that you have had an experience in. And I saw from the brief from your CV that you are the chairperson of IEBC Youth Coordinating Committee between 2021 and 2024.
Yes, yes, yes.
Just tell the panel, because also statistics have shown us that out of the 22 million registered voters, it's only 14 million that voted. And there are suggestions that most of the 8 million people who didn't vote were youth. From where you sat in that office, what contributed to that? That's the first part of the question. Then post-2022 until 2024, when you are still in that office, what did your office with IEBC do to address those anomalies of the youth either not participating, or the youth not being given a chance, or the youth not being brought on board?
Thank you so much, Prof. There are several things that actually contributed to young people not participating in this particular exercise. And during my interaction with this honorable panel, I actually mentioned some of them. And key to it, there was a research which was done by Badili Africa just in 2022. And the research was actually a one question which was sent to several young people across the Republic of Kenya. And the question was asking, does your vote make an impact in your life? 73% of the people who responded, they said no. And during the interaction, when they were revealing the research, most of the suggestion was saying that I was born, for example, in my village, and my father has been voting for the better part of his life, but the road leading to our place is still untarmacked, a lot of potholes, and nothing has changed. So, me being born the other day, 1992, who is now starting to vote, or for example, the people who were born actually in 2000, they saw that they are not going to change anything, so they better sleep. So this is something that we also need, and it has been contributed by the leaders that we've been electing. Number two is also we need to ensure that our process are transparent and easy so that young people can resonate easily. And that is one of the reasons as to why, if given the opportunity, I want to ensure that we can see on our way that as the Kenyan population in engagement with other population who are better stakeholders of us, to introduce voting so that we make it easy. We enhance our technological mechanism in an election. This has been actually anchored in various reports, including our court system, the Kliger report, ICJ, telling us we need to enhance our technology so that when we put technology, we enhance transparency and we ensure that we give the we ease the process of voting so that we can encourage more young people to participate in this exercise.
Sorry. I have to be on record, sorry.
Yes.
Let me put it on record. I know you had, but let me just put it on record so that you also answer on record. Name any two lakes in Kenya inhabited by flamingos.
Yes, Lake Baringo and also Lake Naivasha.
Any other? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Samuita. Thank you for helping us finish this interview on a high note.
Thank you.
You are actually the last candidate. You may not have known that. And we want to appreciate you for preparing for the interview and representing the young generation well in this interview.
Thank you.
I don't know if you have any comment that you'd like to make or any question.
Thank you, Chair, and the distinguished panel. I take this particular moment to highly thank you and appreciate you. First, for shortlisting just a 32-year-old person to appear before you to discuss the stability of my membership, my position to serve as a member of this particular commission. Number two, I also want to give thanks on behalf of all the candidates, being now the last born, who appeared before you, that we don't take and we didn't take this particular moment for granted. It is an honor and we highly appreciate. What I can only say that I'm only praying for you to give Kenyans the people who can serve this republic in honor so that we can have a prosperous nation. May God bless you all.
Asante na shukran. Kama utarudi Kihanja usalimie watu.
Asante cha.
Baraka. Vyeti vyako viko pale mlangoni na ndugu ambaye alikuleta. Asante. I can see we had a few members in the gallery. I suspect these are part of the youth battalion. Congratulations and thank you for coming to be part of this process. Asante.
Asante.
Thank you. Well, we can say hooray, or what do we say? Okay, okay, fine. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, yes. We thank God for the process. Okay. I don't know whether we should break to come and finish this. This media might want us to say something, so I don't know. Okay. You haven't seen what is that I will say, so it would be nice. It would be nice for you to, yeah. Yes. Yeah. So let's break for tea so that they don't dismantle their equipment. Then we come back in another 10-15 minutes and do a presser and release you. Is that okay? Thank you very much. Yeah.